All right, y'all. Today I have squeezed the old Tacoma in the garage because we're gonna be making some big changes to the way that I truck camp out of this thing. Actually, not today. That's gonna come tomorrow, but I had to start filming the video today because today I've got to start disassembling some stuff, tearing some stuff out. If you've been here since I've added the Diamondback, you know I love this Diamondback setup, and I usually pair it with my Overland setup, my rack. I just kind of pull it on and off. If you weren't here before I had that set up and you didn't get a chance to see my camper shell build, I actually built out a diagonal bed in a short wheelbase Toyota Tacoma. This is the smallest truck bed on the market. Most guys, you know, you really can't sleep in it. It's just so short. It's only 5 foot, maybe 5.5 foot long. But I designed a bed in a diagonal way, and I built it from scratch right here on the channel, and it was awesome. I absolutely loved it. And then when I picked up the Diamondback, I went ahead and sold my camper shell to a buddy of mine, and I've just been rocking it like this with the rooftop tent for a while. Now, before you start asking me in the comments, I am not selling my Diamondback. I absolutely love it. But yes, we are gonna be taking it off today. I'm gonna put it up and just have it so that I can switch back and forth when I want to. But we are gonna be installing a brand new camper shell to my truck this week. And the plan is I'm gonna bring this thing home and we're gonna do a build series where I'm gonna build another diagonal bed system. But since I've already built it one time, I kinda already know what I've got to do, you know, measurement wise, and some upgrades that I'm gonna do to it this go around to make it even cooler. I think it's gonna be really fun. But first, I've gotta get all this junk out of here. What's kind of crazy about that video where I showed you guys how I built that diagonal bed is I've also got a YouTube short, and it was just something that I grabbed my phone and filmed the day that I was kind of cutting the wood to build the caddy corner bed. I'll throw a kind of a screenshot of the short right here, but the YouTube short is doing so much better than the actual video. I think the video's got like 100,000 views, but if I'm not mistaken, the YouTube short where I was just giving a quick 60-second update during the build, it's got like over 500,000 views or something. It's crazy, but I really enjoyed us using that thing. My wife also really liked being able to camp right out of the bed of the truck. Now it is compact and it's super tight with me and my wife in there, but we made it work. We just kind of got to snuggle a whole lot while I was in the bed. But when I'm by myself, the diagonal bed was just perfect. Now I do plan on adding a new rooftop tent to the top of this cap once I get it installed, and I'll be updating you guys on that in the near future. But my plan is, as of right now, I'm gonna have two different setups. So I'm gonna have my Diamondback setup with my quick detach Yakima rack system that you guys have seen on my truck. I can quickly take off the rack and put it in the basement and then just have the Diamondback and then pop it on when we wanna go camping. And I don't want to remove the power source and my lights and the tent off of that setup. I don't wanna disassemble that because I really like how it works. So my plan is I've actually got a new tent coming that we're gonna add to the top. So it'll be kind of a double decker. When I'm by myself during hunting season, I don't have to pop open the tent. I can just hop in the back of the truck and, you know, go to sleep, whatever. And if I've got my wife with me and we got, you know, my daughter wants to come along with us and go camping, we can actually have the tent on top along with the camper setup. So it'll be versatile. I'll be able to use both setups, and I think it'll work out pretty good. I do hate that I'm fixing to have to take my Diamondback off. I really love this Diamondback. I love the way it looks on there too, but it's gonna give me an opportunity to kind of upgrade my diagonal bed system and build out something really cool. So if you're not subscribed, guys, make sure you hit subscribe because this build is gonna be really cool. I've got a lot of ideas brewing already. I've talked to Kingpin Lighting. We're gonna do Kingpin lights on the inside of this thing and the outside of this thing. So it's gonna be a really cool build. So make sure you subscribe because that build is gonna be awesome. But to start the build, I gotta start to disassemble first. So let me go ahead and snatch all this out. Y'all don't wanna sit here and watch me take all this out. And then I guess I'll catch up with you guys first thing in the morning while we're headed to Georgia. All right, guys, it's the next morning and we are headed to Georgia. Look at that truck. That is the emptiest my bed has been since I purchased the vehicle. When I bought this thing, y'all know I immediately started rigging this thing out, and I haven't had it this empty in a while. I was able to get back here and clean up under my glass. I hadn't been able to get there in a long time because the Diamondback kind of sets up right there, and then I usually got a bed rack on here, and it's emptied out and ready to go. I've got the camera gear in here. Hopefully we can get some cool shots of this install today and check out and see what else they got coming for the future. Let's head to Georgia. All right guys, this is it. This is the new MK2 series Overland Truck Bed Camper Shell from Bangor Overland and Outdoors, and this thing is freaking awesome. We made it to Georgia. We got to tour the facility there where they were at. I got some cool shots I'm gonna share with you guys here in a minute. I got to see a lot of the new accessories that are coming out for this and that are kind of already out for this. I went with the base model of the MK2 and I absolutely love it. This is made out of A36 steel, not aluminum. This is not a fiberglass. This is in a roto-molded plastic camper shell. This is a legit camper shell designed to be able to put rooftop tents and weight on top. You know, these are made for that and they look absolutely great. These are completely powder coated and they're kind of modular. So they put these together in the shop and it's not powder coated after assembly. It is actually every individual piece is pre-powder coated. So there's no raw material, there's no raw metal anywhere, and it is completely modular. Everything about this thing is completely modular. It's got, I'm gonna show you guys all the features and stuff, but this, even this being the base model, there's a ton of features. I was really shocked with how much I got with just getting this base model shell, and I got to see all the upgrades that I may be doing in the future. If you guys are interested in seeing upgrades, I'll show them to you in a minute, and maybe in the future I'll add some upgrades to this and we can deck it out a little bit further, but I'm stoked to get to start building this thing. So let me walk you guys around it, show you all the features and stuff you get with the base model. The only thing is not base about it is I did have their crossbars added. They actually, you can buy these crossbars separately if you wanted to throw your tent on. And I wanted to go with their crossbars because they're kind of designed to match the style of the camper shell. And this thing is freaking awesome. I guess before I walk you guys around it and show you the inside, I do want to show you the back and why I really, really like the way they designed the molding of this bed. So it's not a box. Like you'll see a lot of these still, you know, camper shells on the market for these trucks nowadays, and it's kind of just a basic square box. But as you can see, the design on this and the shape that they've molded this is, it's not a box. It gives it a really nice form, and it actually, my Toyota Tacoma, it fits the lines so good. It's got a nice lean on the inside. It's got a nice little shape right here that kind of cuts over, and it doesn't look boxy. It doesn't look like your grandpa's camper shell that you put on the back of your truck. They've actually integrated 2 rear reverse lights, and you can actually wire these up as reverse lights, as chase lights, or you could put them on a switch if you wanted to and actually have some camping lights from behind your truck. I actually wired mine into my reverse lights, which is amazing. I got to use them for the first time last night, and backing up the driveway, it lights up the entire driveway, having these 2 extra reverse lights back here. And then of course you get your 3rd brake light in the middle. What's really neat though is behind these, you get your 2 latches right here, and everything is keyed and lockable, and it's completely watertight. There's no leaking with these shells at all. But on the inside behind these lights, each light comes with its own pigtail. So if I did want to take this camper shell on and off my truck, all I had to do was unplug the pigtails and then, you know, just plug it back up whenever I wanted to put everything back on. But this thing is huge on the inside. And a really cool thing about this being made out of A36 steel is it's magnetic. So, you know, aluminum's not magnetic, of course, and neither is fiberglass, but there's a lot of stuff on the market now that's magnetic for like camping and overlanding and stuff like that. And you can use it with this shell. Like I've got some stuff I already planned to use on the inside of this thing using big magnets and stuff. So you don't have to drill holes or anything like that. But I absolutely love it. I wanted to show you guys the back end before we get into the walk around. Just the shape overall, I think fits the look of this truck really good. Now we can get into the walk around of this thing and I can show you some of the options that I got and tell you about some of the options that you can get that I didn't get. So first we'll start, I want to kind of climb to the top and show you guys what the top of this thing looks like. So these are the rails that I added. This is their crossbars, and they're made to kind of match the build of the box. They have kind of the same shapes and angles, and they are also powder coated the same color. So it looks really good up here, nice and clean, and you can adjust these crossbars anywhere up here you want. Now these rails you see on the side of the box right here have a ton of modular holes, or whatever you want to call these holes, for mounting stuff. So if you already have your own crossbars, or if you have a roof rack, they'll bolt up on top of this camper shell with no problem. So these actually come as part of the shell. You don't have to get these rails separate. They're actually built into the top of the shell. But I wanted to show you guys how flat the top is and how streamlined everything is. And believe it or not, when I picked this shell up and we were driving home yesterday, my gas mileage went up. Now, it didn't go up a lot, but it actually improved on the way home, which it only improved from like 13 miles per gallon to 14, but still, this Tacoma gets horrible gas mileage. But I think the top of this thing being, you know, pretty aerodynamic helped me out a lot. I like this cut right here. This is what I was talking about. This even looks like the top of the new Tacomas, you know, the new 4th gens that come out. They've got this same kind of little cut off the back of it, and it looks good on this 3rd gen. So the side doors, this is their side hatches, and you can actually get these. This is the base model, and if you wanted to get the windows, they have a sliding glass window option you can get, and they also have boxes, and I'll go over the boxes in a minute, but I'll show you how they open. They got these quick latches. Every latch is keyed, and when you get your top, you will literally get one key that'll fit all of this. You'll get multiple keys with it, because I think each of these come with a key. So you get extra keys when you get one of these tops, but the same key will fit every one of your latches. And they are strut assisted opening. And as you can see, the struts are right here on each side. And let me see if I can angle it up. They have this honeycomb style molly panel on the inside. And you can actually put standard molly panel, I don't know why I can't talk right now, molly panel attachments to this. And what's neat is, say you put a whole lot of weight on this and you plan on maybe even mounting some roto packs on the outside of this, or some recovery boards, and you know that this is going to be heavy. When you order your cap, you can request to get upgraded struts so that you can actually have heavier duty struts put on here so it'll hold that weight. So you can put a set of traction boards up on the side of your shell and it'll hold that weight up with no problem. I got the same door on both sides, but like I said, you can choose to get the ones with the sliding glass. And I'm gonna open both of these up so we'll have some light in there when we get in on the inside. But look at that, struts on both sides, that same honeycomb style molly panel. I really like the look of that too. And there's a good gap back here so you can get straps. You can stick your finger around that and actually strap stuff there. You can put recovery gear, camping gear, whatever you want to put on there. I just love the way it form fits this Tacoma. It fits so well. And when you get this, if you go there and you have them install it, like you can actually pay a little extra and get them to professionally install it. And when they install it, they put weather stripping all the way around the base of the shell, so it's completely watertight. So now let's open up the back. And the headroom in this one is going to be much better than my last one too. That last fiberglass shell that I built. It's got a nice window. The window is completely flush too. It's a flat style window. It's got a nice shape to it. I just love everything about it. Here's the handle right in the middle. They got a really small logo. It's not like a huge logo, and it looks good. I'm not a huge logo guy, but those don't look bad at all. Let's open the back up. And so here is how they mount. So first of all, you can see my wires that are coming up, and everything, I'll climb in here in just a minute, turn the light on and show you, but everything is plug and play back here for the lights. There we go, get a little light in there. And you can see how they clamp down. So the Tacoma has a track system, and this is a no drill mount. So you don't have to worry about drilling holes in your bed if you get one of these to install it. They completely clamp down without drilling any holes in your bed for installation. And right now I've got 3 clamps. They do have these extra brackets that they work with some trucks, and some trucks they don't. But you can see they threw an extra bracket here on the end for my Tacoma. And it just depends on the model of your truck. But most trucks, you're gonna have just the clamps down the side. And if these brackets would work with your vehicle, you can actually add those for extra support. You do not need them though. These clamps down the side are all you need. Let's see if I can show you the roof. So it's got a nice clean back window. Everything is powder coated black in here. And if I can show you the roof, there you go. Look at the cross support for that roof. That's why I was telling you guys that this is completely built for overlanding and being able to put gear and racks and tents and stuff on the roof, because this has a ton of cross support on top, which means you could literally get on top of this roof if you wanted to and walk around, you know, strap your spare tire down, whatever, throw a deer up there if you can get it up there, and you'd be perfectly fine, because there's so much support going across here. And that, I believe that is square tubing. Yeah, that's square tubing support that's going across right there. Now let me turn my light on, because I've actually got, so I already had, as I'll show you before I turn them on, I already had these lights installed in my bed. I put these in here years ago. I actually did this install on the channel because my truck didn't come with these, but I bought them and popped them in. But I wired up my inside light that this camper shell comes with. I tied it in with that wire. So if I turn my lights on for the bed, you can see it from here already. See that light? So there's a light there, and that turned my lights on in there. But what's neat, as you can see, it's not gonna blind you. Well, the light you're seeing there is actually the reflection off of this light. I can put my hand in front of it right here, but it's the reflection of the light above you. But what's neat is, look how much it brightens up the bed. So if you're not using this as a camper, you're using it as like for hunting, fishing, whatever, just to keep your gear safe and dry, you turn your lights on and it lights up the entire space because the light is facing away from you. And you can see if I step back, it's not gonna hit you in the face at all, because the way they designed the angle, I could probably get my hand in here. There we go. You can see how it looks in here. Let me turn it off so it don't blind the camera, and I'll show you how it mounts, or how the light's mounted. Let's see if I can get my hand in here without crawling in. So there you go. You can see the light right there in the middle, and it's the way that they designed to put everything in. There's an extra little plate there that actually it mounts flush into. You can see the wires right here. Those are all my wires. I've just got zip tied up out of the way. And there'll be more wires hidden across the top here by the time we get done building this thing, but this is a super clean setup. Now, as for the accessories I kept mentioning, I got some footage of their shop when I was there picking this up yesterday, and I'm gonna kind of show you some of the extra accessories that you can get and some that may be coming out in the near future. And by the way, if it looks weird on camera, like I'm taller than my truck or I took my lift off, I'm not. I'm standing on an old stump right here, and I just realized that I was above the back of my truck. So let me walk over here. So the first kind of upgrade that you can get, and you can have these pre-installed. Like if you wanted to order your cap and go have them put it on like I did, you can go ahead and get your options and have that pre-installed so you don't have to add it later. I went with the base model, and I can add the stuff later if I want to, or I could go back there and get them to install the extra options and stuff on my cap if I wanted to. But for the first option I wanted to show you guys, so I'll start from here on this side window, because they got a couple of really cool things that I saw when I was there. This again is the base model hatch. If you wanted to upgrade, you could get the sliding glass window, which I've already said. The sliding glass window is really cool. It's actually a window within a window. So you get this kind of same style opening or door, but it's got a glass window with a small glass window inside of it that you can slide open. That is really cool. But they've also got a box called the general purpose box. And what it is, it'll look just like this on the side, but when you open it up, you have the same watertight gasket on the inside, the same struts. You still get to use your molly panel, except for there is a box kind of built into the bed from the back side. And it gives you shelves and the capability of having outside storage. So if you're hunting, if you're turning this into a worktop or something like that, or camping gear, you can hop out of the truck and have access to it right here, and it's watertight and lockable. And there's kind of the rails and the shelves on the inside are kind of like, they got places for straps and stuff, so you can actually strap all your gear down. You can put it on one side of the truck bed or both sides, you know, if you wanted to. And it's not out of the question for me yet. I may be adding one of those. The only thing that would hurt me by adding one of those is, y'all know I'm fixing to try to turn this into a truck bed camper again so we can sleep inside here. And they do eat up a little bit of real estate on the inside. So I would just have to take some measurements when I get done with my build and see if I would be able to squeeze one in here and still it not affect my sleeping arrangement in there. But that is the general purpose box. Now they've got another one that I've got some footage here. I'm gonna try to overlay all this footage that I got when I was there, but they've got another one called the field box, I believe. You get the same hatch, it's your same door. You got your same molly panel storage, it's still watertight and everything like that. except for it's got a cubby hole on the inside with a fold out table. And this table literally folds out, and you can use that table for camping. You can use it for loading ammo. If you're hunting, if you wanted to set your stuff up, you'll have that outside table there with storage on the inside. That's a very cool option, and I may add that in the future too. It just depends on, for me, how I end up building out the inside of this camper shell. I think that I'm gonna definitely try to fit it in so that I can get one or maybe two of those boxes put on here when I build my setup. So guys, I've actually been planning this build series out for a while, and I've been doing research on which one of these caps to go with, because you know, the market, once something cool comes out for the overland community, or heck, any community really, fishing, hunting, whatever it is, once something cool comes out, a bunch of other people start making it and kind of flooding the market with it. So you never really know what to get. So I've done the research. I went to the actual company. I met the owners of Banger Overland and Outdoors. They're a really cool group of guys up there, and I think this is the best option. And I actually even talked them into giving me a link and a discount code. Now, I don't know what the discount code knocks off at this point in time because of everything that's going on with overseas right now. So all you can do is use the link, throw that coupon code in, and see what you can get off. It's really easy if you can. They make it really easy if you can go there to have them install it. And all you gotta do is go to their website first, guys. You can go to their MK2 right on their website, find out if they've got one that fits your truck. If they've got it, you can set everything up, build it how you want, and then you can decide on if you're close enough. So they're located in kind of mid-Georgia, right above Atlanta, Georgia. It was about 2.5, 3 hour drive for me yesterday, and it was well worth it. So I didn't have to put this thing together. I didn't have to install this thing. I went there, backed into their shop, and as you've seen, it was on a crane hanging up waiting on me. And they just lowered it down, sealed it up, and installed it for me. And that was a selling point for me. I love that they actually offer installation right here. We don't have enough companies like this in the Southeast. Most of the people who sell these caps or these style caps are, you know, North Oregon, Washington, California. But if you're in the Southeast, you can drive over there to their shop. They'll install it for you. You can pick the options you want right there and have this thing good, ready to go. So you can drive off and start using it immediately, guys. So check them out. I've done the research. I do think this is the best one. See if the coupon code works for you. See if you save some money at checkout. Hopefully you do. All this stuff going on with the tariffs and stuff overseas, you never really know what's going on. So y'all check them out. Hopefully all that goes away soon. And you know, it don't cost us anything to be able to purchase stuff from our local dealers, because I do like shopping local. I like supporting local people. And thank God these guys were kind of local to me. So y'all check them out. Stay tuned, because I'm gonna be building this thing out, and it's gonna be an awesome camper setup. I upload every Monday at 6 p.m. guys. So if you're new, hit subscribe and stay tuned. We're fixing to rig this thing out. See you next week.